paper magic will survive like the heat death of the universe, and will...
Oh, it's a smuggler's copter. Would you like to crew this? And then it crashes because they don't understand arithmetic.
All your cards belong to me.
2 minutes into macing him in the eyeballs, I switched to pepper spray. He's like, it's all right, refreshing. And went back to the mace.
Magic is dying. I'm done. Selling everything.
I might be a hoarder. And yes.
I don't have the crayons or glue to explain this to you right now.
What, are you gonna die twice?
Oil will be worthless before magic cards will.
Well, okay, Dr. Man.
That's Mr. Dr. Professor Jason.
I want the record to state, by the way, that not only did I open my third eye and see the future, but it was exactly the future that I wanted. We're getting Star Trek magic cards, y'all.
True.
Nailed it.
Big brain. Big brain. The answer was that if you want something bad enough, you can manifest it. And I really wanted a Worf magic card.
You'll get a Worf commander deck. And a whole deck,
Almost certainly.
perhaps a whole precon now.
Has that been confirmed? Is that spoiled?
Well, I mean, I don't think so. But, like, I don't know. Seems like the
If
thing they're going
Corbin
to do.
predicts it, then he can also just manifest it to be right.
Yeah,
so
true.
really, you can just claim anything as long as you have the willpower to put it into the universe. And if that doesn't happen, then it is your fault.
So if we're manifesting and wildly speculating, if I had to guess based on previous releases, that there's going to be 4 commander decks, and they're all going to be for the 4 most popular series. With Doctor Who, you have 4 of the most popular, well, 3 of the most popular Doctors and the newest one. For Star Trek, you're going to have the original series, because you have to. There's going to be a TNG commander deck, because that's the best series. They're probably going to do Voyager, because that's a fan favorite. And they have to do whatever their current new season is, even though it's probably not that good.
I hear it's okay. Brave New Worlds, I think it's called.
I hear it's okay.
I haven't caught up on... I haven't watched Star Trek stuff since the Chris Pine movies, but...
Underrated, by the way. Wildly underrated movies. Chris Pine,
Are they?
I'll watch
Weren't
him do
they
anything.
huge?
I think
I'm
people,
not... This is not trolling, but like... I thought they were actually considered good.
So, I think that they were considered good in a very mainstream sense. Trek fans hated them, and I think they were the movies that got J.J. Abrams his, like, lens flare jokes.
That's true. They did do that.
Because they are heavy on the lens flare. But
That's how he signified we're in a good future. There's lens flare, not grit.
I think that they were, like, pretty hated by Trek fans, and so I heard a lot of negativity around them. But I love Chris Pine, and I'll watch him in anything.
I just thought the scripts were actually good.
Yeah? Well, the third one was pretty bad, and that's okay.
I'll be honest, I don't remember the third one, so I'm probably with you there. But Into Darkness was good. The first one was
Yes.
good.
The
What
third
was the
one had Idris Elba on top billing, and he's just, like, in full alien makeup, and he's got so much shit on him, you can't understand him very well. Like, he doesn't sound like him.
I remember something about a volcano.
The opening sequence to the third one is pretty good, yeah. That is true.
Is that what it is? Okay, well, that's
Yeah.
the only thing I remember.
They break the Prime Directive to save an entire planet, and, like, Spock almost dies, and then he gets back, and then Zachary Quinto and Zoe Saldana make out for a little too long on screen.
Good for them.
Well,
Good for them.
Zachary Quinto's gay, so I don't know, maybe it was good for him, I don't know.
Oh, well.
Good for her, though. He's very handsome.
Okay, and welcome into
Fact check.
Brainstorm Brewery, everybody.
Is he actually gay?
I was introduced to him.
He is now. Just manifest it.
I was introduced to him as the creepy killer
Yes.
in some season of American Horror Story.
He's an
So
unsettling dude
It's
when he
very
wants to
funny
be.
to me. Yeah. That's funny.
Oh my god. This is the sleaziest picture I've ever seen of him. I just googled is he gay, and this was the first image that popped up. Can we throw this up on screen for the YouTube viewers?
That's my Spock.
That's my Spock. 2 buttons, 3 buttons undone. Little alfalfa sprouts popping out. My god.
That's not my Spock, man.
That's not my Spock.
Although, for what it's worth, anyone who wants to get all uptight about, Star Trek, Leonard Nimoy did a music video once titled, I believe it is called, I don't want to get this wrong. It's about Bilbo Baggins.
Oh. The Bilbo
Do you know
Baggins
this?
song, I think? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leonard
You know
Nimoy,
about this,
Bilbo
DJ?
Baggins. The Leonard Nimoy, The Ballad of Bilbo Baggins. Yeah,
The Ballad of Bilbo. I knew it was something like that.
that's a deep cut, man. I haven't thought about that in forever.
I really got people a couple years ago at Vegas where I introduced them to it, and then I just spent the weekend walking around yelling, Bilbo. And then they start to say something, and you're like, Bilbo Baggins, because that's how the song goes. It's very funny.
That's just the full release schedule for next year, right? Is The Ballad of Bilbo Baggins? And Spiderman is there too, and maybe Iron Man also.
I mean, pretty much, yes. Bilbo. I'm listening to it now. He's only 3 feet tall.
We also got Lorwyn spoilers, which is a very old-fashioned statement.
Dave's little hobbit of
I'm
them all.
very excited for Lorwyn, and I don't know, like, I am mad at anybody who thinks that this is a bad announcement.
Well, we're going to get to that. So welcome into Brainstorm Brewery, everybody. I'm Corbin. I got DJ and Cass with me. As always, we're going to get to all of the 2026 release schedule because DJ and I were at Atlanta at MagicCon. Great weekend, I think, for both of us. Very busy, very long. But as is always the case at these shows, left it feeling pretty good about Magic. That's what we did. We'll get into that. Cass was at a Pokemon / Magic / food court show, and it went extremely well. So we're going to get into all of that and more here on Brainstorm Brewery. I even have, stick around for this one if none of that interests you, a special game cooked up for these two later towards the end of the show.
Okay.
I hate games, but I'm in, I guess.
It's nothing like crazy, but it's
I've
fun.
always hated games.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, me too. I've never actually played a
How
game
many-
before in my life.
But
I
yeah,
actually
so here
learned
we
about an ancient game recently. An ancient game, an unknowable ancient game. It's called like the Royal Game of Ur. You ever heard of this? It's like a Mesopotamian game or something. It's like
take
from
our silence as a no.
It's like a 4,000-year-old game. We found like a physical copy of it when we were unearthing maybe Samaria, some ancient ruins, and we didn't really know how it worked for about 60 years, from like 1920 to 1980. We just kind of were best guessing it. And they found a cuneiform tablet that we translated, so now we know the rules. And it's kind of just Mancala, but you gamble on it.
Mancala is fun.
But you gamble on it, so it's really fun.
Coming to DraftKings near you.
Yeah, DJ and I were both worried that was a D's Nuts joke.
You ever heard of the Royal Game of Ur? Ernie's nuts, you dick.
Tell us about the Pokemon show, Cass.
Yeah, so it's like a mall, not quite a food court. It's between the food court and like the movie theater plaza area. There's like 100 tables or something. It's pretty big actually, and they were all full. Pretty good buzz in the room. I got my booth set up, and I immediately decided to take a lap. Left my salesperson to watch the booth, and 3 tables down, I saw somebody had an Alpha Savannah in their display case.
Whew, let's go.
And I started looking at the case, and it was like half Magic cards, and it was, Alpha Savannah, Alpha Contract from Below, Beta Counter Spells, and this guy is not someone who deals in Magic. His boss just found some old Magic cards that he had from way back in the day, had them in his case. We negotiated a little deal. I had to walk outside to log into PayPal because PayPal does not let you log in when you have bad service for some reason. I bought all the Magic cards from him. I just gave him a flat offer on the lot. He was super happy, and he came back the next day and brought me a Homelands box, sealed Homelands box, and a Legends pack.
Well,
it was a
bit of a
Pokemon
swing
show,
and a
by the
miss
way.
on the Homelands, but the rest of that is amazing.
A sealed Homelands box is like $400, Corbin.
You can make money on that. That's a widget.
I understand everything
It's a
that was
widget.
just said. I stand by what I said.
I also
that box
found
has more
somebody...
EV than like Strixhaven.
That's
I
true.
agree.
I also found somebody who's interested in trading me some number of graded Pokemon cards for my complete in-box with manual Pokemon Stadium.
Oh,
Which is to say that this is a room full of widget enjoyers.
I like that. Are you into 64 collecting, Cass?
So I have a small N64 collection. I have the orange Japanese exclusive Pikachu N64 with the adapters filed down so it can play English cartridges. 'Cause the only thing that prevented you from playing English cartridges was like 2 metal nubs
Uh-huh.
that the cartridges were shaped differently. So I filed those down. I have like a pretty good collection. But the only thing I have complete in box is Stadium. Everything else is just like the cartridges themselves.
Yeah, that's how I am. I have a bunch of games, and I have exactly one sealed game, and it's GoldenEye 64, an original shrink
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Maybe the best one, actually.
It is, yes. I have it. It was, I'm going to be this is a weird story. I'll tell it in brief. I once met somebody through an old website that I worked for, and shout out Quiet Speculation, longtime listeners. I met somebody through Quiet Speculation who was not super involved in Magic, but was a Bitcoin millionaire in like 2012. So like, it's probably a Bitcoin billionaire by now or something. He decided he was going to change the world by launching some new version of Reddit that paid out users Bitcoin. And as part of this, he did giveaways and paid me to write articles on his website. So I both got paid to write and got to do the giveaways. And one of the giveaways ended up being an original copy of GoldenEye 64. So I won that, and it sat on my shelf for like 13 years since.
That's a really cool little widget.
It is. I know, it's awesome, and it's a weird story, but we take those, I guess. And I don't even feel like bad because the guy's a Bitcoin guy. Whatever, man, he's doing fine. So like,
yeah.
Now, of course, there is a sad part of that story where he at one point said, "I could pay you half cash, half Bitcoin, LOL." And I said, "Nah, Bitcoin's already spiked, and man, I need that cash. I'm trying to buy a house." Like, that's where I was at the time. So
no, I mean that's real.
I was trying to save 20 grand to put a down payment on a house. So
there was a
what I was doing.
StarCraft tournament where first prize was like $100, and like 8th place was 12 Bitcoin or something.
See, that's
God, it would be so sick to have
shot.
the 8th best APM in that room.
Are you? Man, I was an APM believer in my early gaming days. I installed a mod on my computer before mods were a thing, so I could track my APM on StarCraft 1. I was so hardcore back in the day.
I have unironically thought about recording myself doing secret layer checkouts with an APM tracker as a bit.
Oh, that would be so good.
It'd be funny.
So here's the deal. People already do like speed run of sleeving or unsleeving decks at shows.
Yep.
It's a very popular gag. And I actually think, like, in the age, if we think about the age of Magic Cons and things like that, bits like that, and like social media as well, bits like that are great. And if anybody wants to come do some of that cool stuff for Brainstorm Brewery, we'll give you small amounts of money.
An unsleeving competition.
I would be so good at sleeving.
What about
competition.
resleeve? Yeah, what about resleeving?
Less good, but I think I'm still towards the end of the bell curve. But unsleeving competition, I am like I will beat everyone even without the PED Tylenol. Like, I will just fucking destroy.
Yeah, I believe
everyone.
you. It's
Don't
like
act like you're not Tylenol'd up, big dog. You gotta touch the Tylenol.
At esports events, they do fastest jungle clear for League of Legends.
Yeah.
And you do that, and then you just record your time and you check back throughout the weekend, and it's as they say in the business, an activation. And things that we talked about this a lot, things that are at Magic Cons that are not just vendor booths are very good. So for instance, this Magic Con had a Spider-Man thing where all the
They had a
newspapers,
dancing Furby to EDM music.
I was gonna get there. Yeah, they got a Spider-Man thing with a puzzle. It's not just Universes Beyond or whatever. They had a Bloomborough thing that had a very nice word puzzle that I found out that they take every show and update every time. There's like one Wizards employee who likes to do all the puzzles. So that's
the
cool.
Atali dinosaur you can ride, or not the Atali, the Huatli.
Yeah, you can get on that. I mean, to me, that's like, yeah, that's good. That's a photo op. It's like the experiences are so cool, giving people something to do. Like, people were coming up for the scavenger hunt thing. But yeah, at this one, they also had the Furbies to debut the Furby secret lair.
But when are we going to
looks
get Alien Ant
amazing.
Farm at the next Magic Con?
I can't tell this story yet. One day I'll have a story for this. I think we're on the way. There was a lot of cool stuff. I'll say that I got to pitch one of my secret lair ideas directly to somebody at Wizards, and I was only moderately scoffed at.
What is your secret layer idea, Corbin?
I pitched them on my NBA secret lair idea.
I think there's potential in that. I'm not even gonna roast you.
There
I
is-
actually agree with you.
I got somewhat. We had
I
a
really want to give you
conversation.
a wedgie right now, but I would sell so many of those widgets.
We had a conversation. I talked to them about how you could put them in every team store. And my 9-year-old, instead of buying an SGA card, then we started ideating on it, where, perhaps it's superhero versions of the NBA players, right? So it's a cartoonized
Or
thing.
planeswalkers.
Yeah, like
Could you imagine fucking Oath of LeBron, and it's just like LeBron James going like,
LeBron James is Jace. LeBron
Yeah,
James is Mind
sure.
Sculptor, and he's just the greatest because the nickname's greatest ever.
Jace the LeBron sculptor.
You get people mad because you make it Jace the greatest ever, and it's not Jordan, it's LeBron. Anyway, the point is, yes, it would work. And when they're doing Furby Secret Lairs, while that one does obviously have the Hasbro tie-in, anything's on the table.
The one that really gets me is, I don't think this is gonna date me, even though this is before my time. Kids these days don't realize what a huge deal Iron Maiden was. Every
It's
single
true,
person
I
I know who is like a competitive Magic player, who is like a Universes Beyond curmudgeon, who is a metalhead, saw like 5 different people I know saw that and were like, all right, I'd buy that secret layer.
Is this Metalocalypse related?
No, you know who Iron
Okay,
Maiden is?
I don't know. I don't. I don't. It's a
Okay,
band.
this
What?
is really funny because
It's a band.
Really funny because wait. I was in the hotel room with Emily, and I was Corbin, and you were Emily.
Okay.
And so I got to also say I don't know, and then Emily freaked the hell out. That was
It's
really
a band from 60 years ago.
They started in 75, or no.
I'm right.
Corbin's
Corbin,
just 10 years
Iron
off.
Maiden is probably the metal band with
That-
the largest cultural impact ever.
I believe you. It just missed me by 50 years.
No, and that's fine. I just think like if you were ever into metal at all, you know about them. They are hugely influential. They
I mean,
have
look,
like
if someone said, "What is Iron Maiden?" I would say a metal band, but that's
Right.
literally the extent of my knowledge. Yeah.
that's like saying that the Beatles were just a pop band, right? Like, I mean, I think the Beatles suck, but that's just because I'm an Iron Maiden person instead, right?
Yeah, I guess I'm neither of those things. So yeah, I agree. I mean, it's true.
As
Like if
a-
it was country music history, I would be more informed.
Right. Who is the most influential, important country musician from like the 50s or 60s?
George Jones.
Sure. Iron Maiden is the George Jones of metal. Like they are.
Before that, you would say Hank Williams.
Honestly, actually, they're probably closer to Hank Williams because I think they're still more
yeah.
known today.
Well, and more like defining of the genre. Is that true?
Yeah. Well, so the thing is, like, metal these days is generally much harder than them, and like they're fairly operatic, but I mean they were like a big part of the original Satanic Panic. They have
That's funny.
they have like 30 albums or something.
Are they still active or are they all dead?
I believe they're no longer active.
A couple of them still.
Yeah,
around.
their original vocalist passed away this year, actually. But the best concert I've ever seen was I saw them when I was in my junior year of high school, and Dream Theater opened for them. And it was the best concert I've ever seen. I don't know. If you're listening to this podcast and you haven't listened to Iron Maiden, you should fix that. Go listen to Power Slave. It's a 10 out of 10.
All right. Well, there you go. You got the music rack in here. We got an eclectic episode of Brainstorm Brewery going, but that means it's time
like
to do some magic.
No, Corbin, it's time for me to show off some of my widgets from the convention.
Oh, all right, DJ, what do you got?
So, I think a lot of people know me at this point as the guy who has the Gonti deck. Mystic Studies did a wonderful video on it a few years ago, and I have inspired many a fellow degenerate to make their unsleeved or damaged deck. And the Gonti deck has kind of become like more of an art piece than a deck. I haven't really played it in forever. I think honestly the last time I let somebody play it was like Corbin 2 years ago maybe. The deck itself has not really been played much. There haven't been any new cards added to it, and that's hard, right? Because it's difficult to find somebody who left their opposition agent out with the snow, or their Breath Stealer Dragon or Bone Stealer Dragon, whatever the card's name is, Brain Stealer Dragon, I don't know. And so I don't really get to add new cards to this pile. But I found one over the weekend, thanks to the help of one of my coworkers who saw it slide across the buy mat, and I finally get to, and again, camera YouTube enjoyers will get to see the live feed of this. So if you're not
YouTube.com/Brainstorm Brewery.
Yeah, even if you're driving, don't be a coward. You'll go to Valhalla. It's fine. And so I get to play one of these in the Gonti deck unsleeved. This is a borderless poster 1 ring, and it arrived to me water damaged and creased.
Perfect.
So it is something that is ripe for the Gonti deck. Really excited to get to play the 1 ring, and you get to just see me. Just
the
try it out
ASMR
there.
is back. DJ, why haven't you done the ASMR Gonti deck video? Why do you hate everyone on the internet who wants to listen to it? Come on. 10 minutes of shuffling the Gonti deck. That's
10
all
minutes
you have
is
to
a
do.
long time.
Okay.
The cards would fall apart.
9 minutes and 50. 9 minutes and
For
50.
anybody,
That the video title, 10 minutes of shuffling the famous Gonti deck, ASMR, will go so
Does that do
hard.
anything? Is that
Yes, it will go.
is that good for you, baby?
Get the 360 microphone. I'm almost there.
For those who don't know, for those who've never had the displeasure of touching the Gonti deck, it's like
pretty
oily.
gross.
It's like
Yeah, it's gross.
I
That's
touch
not
it,
true.
Yes,
I feel
it is.
ill.
Yeah, it's not.
It
nice,
is.
DJ.
It's a disease vector.
Yeah.
I just spilled it. It fell like off of my chair.
Did
and
you roll over any of the
unfortunately-
cards?
Unfortunately, I missed all the. I did like immediately roll back in the chair just because I was like, I don't care. This is funny if I roll back in the chair, but unfortunately, I missed them all.
It's like that time I talked about ruining parallel lives and then spilled Red Bull on the parallel lives on air. Whoops.
And then the other card I picked up this weekend is for my other deck because people complain that I don't sleeve my cards. My other deck is factory sealed, so this is the Garth One Eye Commander deck that is all factory sealed in pre-release promos, secret layers, whatnot. And I picked up a Soulstone.
Hey.
So everyone else has their cosmic foils and their Thanos Soulstones. I have my pre-release promo, and there's this deck also has some ASMRness. I can.
It's true. That one. No, stop that. That one hurts. No, that one's no good.
But yeah, we added a Soulstone to the deck, and I learned this thing is quite good.
Remember, everyone was wondering, blah blah blah, what will be the big chase because the set sucks, etc. The what are we calling it? Cosmic foil Soulstone.
The Cosmic Foil Soulstone is the one that is currently going for around $20,000.
I've seen offers for like live cash offers. If you have this, I will pay you this around the $20,000 to $22,000 range, like a couple.
It was on the TOA Magic hot board this weekend for $20,000.
Yep.
We bought some number of them. I don't know exactly how many, but it was more than one. And they have been there's one sold on TCG Player for $30K. I believe there's been a couple completed listings in the high 20 range. So, in spite of Reddit's complaints about how the card will never move and how this is just such a flop of a set, like the card is doing the numbers. It is doing the numbers.
This ties back into something that I talked about a lot, which is that if you're a Magic player, you think stuff like that's stupid. But the stupid stuff that is meaningfully rare is desirable. Like, why are the Jurassic Park emblems going up? It's because there's not a lot of them, and because it only takes 5 or 6 people to agree on the price for it to go up. And on something like this Soulstone,
yeah,
where the supply is very small, it takes 2 or 3 people to agree on the price before the price goes up. Like, you only need 1 or 2 customers to buy them before the supply online is gone.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is it reminds me extremely heavily of the Japanese Pokemon market, which I cover every other week for TCG Player, because it takes 2 sales to move a price $200.
Yep.
Because there are very few copies going. However, I can tell you for a fact that store owners contact me and say, I really appreciate your Pokemon articles. They help us price cards in the store. So like that, like it's 2 sales on TCG Player, but that does set the prices, because I walked into a store when I was in St. Louis 2 weeks ago, and they had Japanese Pokemon cards for sale, like singles, you know? So like it is, you know, it's like that. It reminds me of that, where it does not take a lot to move the market on such a niche item.
It also ends up being a situation where, and we've talked about this, how it relates to Magic cards in the past, and I'm air quoting Magic cards because I guess you're still calling these Magic cards, but like those copies, it becomes so much harder for them to come back into the market.
Yeah.
When a Soulstone goes to a
Yes.
Marvel enthusiast, or when a Japanese Pokemon card goes to somebody who just like these things leaving the market when they are this specifically a collectible card and less so a widget to play with, they really don't come back into the market until years later when that person phases out of the hobby, which takes much longer, or when they pass away or whatever. Like, it's the Soulstones that are selling for $30K, those are collector items,
Right.
and that makes it more reasonable for the Thanos one to be worth not $1,000 like it was when the weekend started, but like $2,000 to $3,000, because that is the price range at which people are willing to play with Magic cards.
Yep.
Because we have evidence of that with like Moxen and like other old school cards like Beta and Underground Sea. Like $3,000, $4,000 is like the upper end of like, okay, I'll play with this, like a Tabernacle or something like that. Nobody's
People
gonna
also
shuffle your $30,000 Cosmic Soulstone, but like you will for the cheaper one.
People also, the Cosmic Soulstone is not a card to most people. It doesn't exist in most people's mind. But the Thanos one is a card they might actually see at some point in their life. Actually, there was a guy at the Pokemon show who was like, hey, you guys have Magic cards. Do you have a Thanos Soulstone? Like, I really want this sick Marvel card. I don't even play Magic. And I was like, no, we don't. But, you should probably just check online. Like, I think those are going up actively. He bought one of, like, the $1,600 copies on TCG Player that day. Wow. And then later that day, they were all gone. And he was like, thanks for the heads up. And I was like, yeah, I mean, there was 8 copies listed, and they went, like, 1,600, 1,600, 1,600, 2,400. And, like, the writing's on the wall at that point.
Marianne has a coworker who, her and her husband are Lord of the Rings fan. Never played Magic in their lives, never will. Bought Lord of the Rings cards. And now we can flip this around. We think that's good. But a lot of people don't like that. Because for what it's worth, we're describing people who are not playing Magic, although some number of them will. That is, in fact, the point of the thing, is that you convert some number of players into longer-term players.
There's a dual commander enthusiast on Magic Online who got in through Final Fantasy and only plays Final Fantasy dual commander decks.
Yeah, look, we're going to get to this, but before we fully dive into that, because that's where we're heading here, let's do some Breaking Bulk.
Breaking Bulk time. Breaking Bulk time. Break.
Oh, yeah, Breaking Bulk. There's so much good stuff.
It's a pick. Breaking Bulk. The end.
I have a Breaking Bulk that is unguessable, and you'll probably be mad at me for choosing it as my Breaking Bulk because it is only very technically allowable. It's also kind of a Breaking Bulk of the week.
Okay,
I like Breaking Bulks of the week.
It's a Wilds of Eldraine Black Uncommon, and no, before you ask, it is not one of the Jumpstart cards. I'm like 99% sure.
Wilds of Eldraine Black Uncommon.
Yeah.
I would. Is it the thing that does a thing with food?
No, it's not the Jumpstart card.
Yeah, okay. That is the confectionery. That's the one I always get confused on.
That's what I was thinking of too when I mentioned that.
Yeah.
Is it a token?
It's not a token. It's a black instant. I'll even give you that.
With Withering Torment? Well, that wasn't that set, was it?
Nope.
No, that was Duskmourn, I think.
Is it not Dead After All?
Nope.
Good guess.
It's a card that I don't think either of you even know exists. Even if you've played limited format, you probably
true.
barely know it exists. Corbin's stressed about this one.
I played a bunch of that set.
This card's bad.
Barrow?
Is it a fair? It has to be a fairy, right? Because Lorwyn.
Barrow White.
It's not that one.
The
it has to be like some sort of fairy.
Yeah, I'm going with
thing.
the 1/3.
Nope. It's an instant.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an instant. Sorry. Fuck. I guess I'd Rat Out.
No.
That's a common.
Yeah.
I don't know.
With a Card Kingdom buy list of 3 cents, barely eligible for Breaking Bulk.
Okay.
was not on the buy list before the spoilers started dropping.
That's a fair point.
Fairy Fencing. 1 black and X for an instant.
Yes.
Target creature gets -X/-X till end of turn. If you control a fairy as you cast this spell, they get an additional -3/-3. Very strong with Bitter Blossom Bearer, with Critter Blossom, as I'm calling it.
That's a good name. Holy crap.
Yeah, they should pay me to write these things. With Critter Blossom, Fairy Fencing almost always is online as, honestly, kind of the best disfigure in the format. You can scale it up when you need to. This card's super versatile, and being an instant means that it plays really well with all the fairy cards that we're inevitably going to get. This card is 3 cents on CK buy list.
There you go. All right, fair enough. I'm gonna come in with what might be hard. I don't know. This one's gonna be hard or easy. It's a Morningtide blue common.
Moth Dust Changeling.
No.
Morningtide blue common.
Distant Melody.
It is Distant Melody. I didn't know if this.
Game!
Yeah, I didn't know if this had progressed down because it's basically been 50 cents, the original one, but at times in the past had been as high as like $2 or whatever. But it's like ticking back up again, and obviously with Lorwyn coming back around, this one fits right into the set. It's worth pulling out. There's a bunch of copies of it, a bunch of different printings of it. Some of them more common than others. A lot of them commander type printings. But yeah, all of them are worth pulling out. They're at least 50 to 75 cents.
It must be Kindred Week, because that is my card as well.
Yeah,
I have a
Lorwyn.
black uncommon from originally Lorwyn, but its reprinted version is in Kaldheim Commander.
It's a
Mad
black
Auntie.
uncommon.
Black uncommon, originally Lorwyn, Kaldheim Commander reprint.
Mad Auntie.
There were no goblins in Kaldheim.
Boggart
Yeah.
Snitch.
I
Also-
repeat what I just said on loop.
There weren't fairies on Kaldheim, were there?
I don't think so, but this is not a fairy card.
Okay, my guess would have been Pepper Smoke if there were. Lorwyn.
Originally Lorwyn, reprinted in Kaldheim Commander.
Kaldheim didn't have -1/-1 counter. I guess Lorwyn didn't either. Pulling Teeth.
Nope.
Oh, this is gonna kill me.
The
I know
creature type
Lorwyn
for this
so
one
well.
should be. I thought the creature type for this one was pretty clear.
Oh, is it the Rogues one?
No. It's not rogues.
Oh, Giants maybe. No,
Nope.
it's black. Frick. Kaldheim is such a blind spot for me because I barely noticed that set existed. And so I'm just thinking through Lorwyn Black Commons.
Uncommon.
Uncommon. Is it like the coercion effect that cares about a creature type? Oh no,
Nope.
changelings. Wait, changelings.
Nope.
Invert.
Nope.
What?
You're gonna be so mad.
I am gonna be so mad. Give me one more second though. It's not fairies. It's not goblins. It's not changelings.
It's not changelings. That's what we ended
It's not
on.
giants. What was the other black?
It's a
type?
lore.
Oh,
It's a tree. It's a tree.
It's not a tree.
Is it a spirit?
Nope.
They got trees.
No trees.
Is it elemental?
Nope.
Hit me. I yield.
No. It's a merfolk.
No, it's black, Corbin. It's black Lorwyn. White Lorwyn or Merfolk were white in Lorwyn.
Also, there weren't merfolk on Kaldheim, I don't think.
Correct.
Whatever.
What
other-
creature
what other-
type that matters on this one?
What other
Yes.
creature types are there? It's a rat.
Skeleton?
It's a
No.
skeleton. It's a rat. Is it a rat?
No. I
Is
don't
it a
think
shade?
I don't think rats were a thing in Lorwyn, like original Lorwyn.
No. I'm gonna cheat to look it up,
It's
but
a
I'm
zombie.
taking the L.
It's a zombie.
Corbin, are you also giving up?
It's a zombie tree.
No.
Hold up.
There's only so many creature types.
Yeah, and you've missed all
Black.
of them.
Yeah, but I
I feel like I'm going insane. Is it elves? Is it like Eye Blight's
Oh, it's
ending or
elves.
something?
It's elves. It's stupid elves. We're so dumb.
Is
It's
it
an el-
Prowess of the Fair?
It is
Yes.
prowess of the fair.
We did it.
Okay. I forgot elves were on Kaldheim because, I don't know, that set isn't real.
That was maximum pandemic hold.
One in a black tribal enchantment, or I guess kindred enchantment elf. Whenever another non-token elf is put into your graveyard, you may create a 1/1 green elf warrior.
So I told you we could play.
Yeah, it's just the arguably the most famous creature type in Lorwyn, up with fairies, is elves. And
Yeah, no, for sure. Also, like, my other guess reasonably should have been Hunter of Eye Blights. Like, there was a million things it could have been that were less embarrassing for me than all of the guesses I made.
that's okay. But prowess of the fair. If you've joined Magic in the past 5 years, you are probably unaware that most cards that say the word elf on them are worth money, even if they are commons or uncommons. So things like Imperious Perfect and Elvish Promenade and Seeker of Skybreak and all of these cards that just do elf things are worth picking out of bulk. Even things like Llanowar Elves and Elvish Mystic, if you are John Henrying it with your physical hands instead of a fancy dancy machine, you should just pick out most elf cards that are uncommon or older.
How much is a Fendhorn Elves these days? Pricey. Over $1.
Yeah, even with the Commander Legends reprint, that card is expensive.
Turns out your 5th Llanowar Elves or whatever has to be different than the first 4.
Yep.
All right. Well, there you go. Breaking bulk, everybody. And as a reminder, if you like any of the content on the show, including breaking bulk, one of the ways that you can maximize the money you get for any of your cards is to use Ban. DJ, tell them about Ban.
MTG Ban is a wonderful data aggregate and biolist compiler and search engine and a million other things that we use in the industry. That is MTG Ban, B-A-N. Use promo code BSB50 to get 50% off your first month's purchase. And it's truly incredible the amount of things you can do with this product. The standard base level usage is what we're doing right now. We are looking up unique cards by their card name and looking at the card price, and it gives you all the data. So it gives you TCG Player, it gives you Card Market, which is Europe, it gives you Card Kingdom, Cool Stuff, Star City, Strike Zone, TCG Player Direct, so it filters for the direct listing if you are a direct seller and says this is how much you'll make if you sell it on direct. Specifically, it gives you all the conditions. You can look up dual lands using Scryfall notations. You can type is:dual S:3ED for all the revised duels. Gives you all the pricing for TCG Low and all the BIOS data for all the revised duels. You can upload collection tracker lists to this thing. You can upload, you can look for sealed product. You can upload just like text files of cards where people send you like, I have this list and I exported it from Moxfield and it's not a spreadsheet, but it's just a list of cards via text. You can upload that. They have a Discord server that has a bunch of very smart vendors in there who you can talk to and ask questions if you are trying to grow your business or just treat this as a little side hustle where you make a little bit of money. And Ban is invaluable nowadays as a vendor. I would not survive in the industry without it, even with this sorting machine.
And of course, most importantly, every other Thursday is auction night. Last auction night, I got a Surge Foil Tifa Martial Artist for under buy list, folks. Under buy list.
That's pretty nice.
That could be you.
All right, there you go. Also, could be you. I got nothing. I tried.
Great.
I got nothing.
So you were like, oh yeah, it's fine if we break off to do breaking bulk. We'll cruise right back in, like Formula One style, accelerate to 100 miles an hour. Like no loss of tempo or speed.
I know where I want to go.
DJ, we're going to Warp 9. We're talking about Star Trek more.
I want to complain about Atlanta first, or not complain about Atlanta, but complain about the people complaining about Atlanta.
All right, let's
so
hear it.
Perfect.
LSV tweeted a few days ago, and I have no personal grudge against LSV. He is just sharing his own data points about the set and about Spiderman. But he posted, in my entire career doing content creation, we are talking since 2006, which is almost 20 years, I have never seen a set with less interest than Spider-Man. Videos and articles on release week did worse than Arena Cube or Final Fantasy flashback drafts, which is astounding. So that is saying that Final Fantasy and Spider-Man are two of the worst received sets for him of all time in terms of data. I don't think the target audience for this set has ever heard of LSV.
Yeah, LSV's
Like-
fan base is probably more likely to be excited about like throwback Rise of the Eldrazi drafts than Final Fantasy drafts.
Yeah, like I have nothing personally against this person, but it really feels like that this is a lot of old guard complaining that the youths don't understand them. Like
That's like
I was boots on the ground in Atlanta. So many people excited about Spider-Man and very cosplay. Just the energy in the room was high, and there is just so much interest in these collabs. These universe. We're beating dead horses here, but like
this is
it's
just like Corbin being like, I've never heard of Iron Maiden, but have you heard of Hank Williams? It's the same thing. It's just different appeal. The Hank Williams demographic isn't gonna love Iron Maiden, and that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Here's very briefly while we're doing this part of the show. My issue is that somebody says something like, "I really like these things," and they just get like jumped on, right? And then, to me, the negativity does more damage than printing a Dwight secret lair does. And people like when Star City tweets, "What do you think of this?" And like all the replies are just on anyone who likes it. Like,
Yep.
And maybe not very many people like it, but everyone else who maybe does or doesn't like it sees that this is how this community works. This is what we do. Like the top
Yep.
reply to that was like, "I think anyone who likes these is mentally deficient. However, I hope they have fun." And it's just like, cool, you got your likes on Twitter, but like all you're doing is making it negative for people.
Yeah.
And that's different than, "I don't think this should exist." It's being mean to people. Like, it's just so frustrating. Like DJ said, to go from people actually liking things or at least being able to interact with each other in a manner to anytime you even try to say anything online or even engage in a discussion, you just get like straight like talked off. Like people just won't let you have the opinion.
Again, I want to reiterate that I am not like saying that LSV is doing this, because he is
No, he's just
sharing his own data points
Right.
about how he interprets, because that is, again, he's been doing this for 20 years. That is historically how the game has measured success. Are my videos doing good because I am a large portion of the Magic audience?
Right.
And I think this is just me saying that has shifted dramatically away from that.
Yep.
And that is not how you can measure Magic success anymore. You measure Magic success on the Cosmic Soulstone being $30,000, and also just people like looking at EDHREC data of how many people are building like cool Spider Commander decks or cool Final Fantasy things. Like that is, and even EDHREC's not great because like those people haven't found out about EDHREC yet. Like these are just all invisible people in the world that we don't know about, but the data is there because Wizards is printing the things and they're buying them.
Did you see the trophy that they put up for the spotlight?
With like the rare Earth gem or whatever.
They put a rare Earth gem in an Infinity Gauntlet for one of the Marvel spotlights next year because they want the spotlights to not just be GPs, they want them to each to be special. That's why
like a
they
meaningfully
all are called
expensive gem
spotlights.
too.
Something, yeah. It's certainly a unique trophy. That's for sure.
You win the Soulstone at a Magic event. That's dope.
It's
I want to
pretty,
say
like it is. I mean, you don't have to play in that event. It doesn't count for the Pro Tour, I guess is what I would say.
Well,
but
here's the
man,
real thing.
I could see maybe wanting a normal Magic trophy.
Now, here's the real thing. Is that anybody who's ever won a Magic trophy, it's pretty awesome for a while, and then you're just like, dang, this thing is in the way. I own 2 Star City Games Baltimore Open Champion trophies, and I only won one of them. The other one I bought for $50.
What's the smelt on those?
Well, considering they're probably mostly just painted 10, not that much.
As somebody with a second place and no trophy in a Star City Finals, despite splitting the cash from that finals and not having the trophy, I would have liked a trophy. I'm just saying. But here's the thing, I guess if you win the soul, if you win the Soul Stone, you could just probably get yourself a normal trophy with the money.
This trophy right here holds pens so good.
Check that out. YouTube watchers getting all the benefits this week. All right, let's look at 2026 briefly now that we've got our complaints out. Because for people who don't like this stuff, and there are many of them, and that can be you, I certainly don't like some of it. Because, like, while we were talking about all of that, I think that, you know, this having to devote, I don't know, there's a lot of time they put to that trophy. I think it's cool, but, like, I don't know. We'll see how it works out. I don't know if that's really driving people to that event, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But that's the gambit they're running.
I think Lorwyn is going to be like a Tarkir Dragonstorm, and that it will be just a sweet fuego. Everyone loves this.
Yep.
This is magic at its finest.
It's gonna
and
be
then
pushed.
Reality Fracture, which is also a magic IP. Again, that is not a crossover. It's not like a fractured universes where Jace beats Rick from Walking Dead or whatever. Like, Reality Fracture is referencing a plane they have not been to, but it has been referenced on March of the Machine cards. There's a reality-ish plane that is all like, oh, what if our rules of physics don't work or whatever?
Let me read you the blurb for Reality Fracture real quick. It's
yes, thank you.
Years of subtle machinations will finally shatter the facade, revealing a villain you'll have to see to believe. But not just yet. More will be unveiled soon enough. We'll have more to share about Reality Fracture in the future. For now, keep an eye on the Magic story to see how this story unfolds.
I have a complicated emotion to express around universes beyond Tarkir Dragonstorm and the quality of Magic sets. I think, by and large, I engage a lot with the competitive and the eternal Magic communities. People who, for the most part, don't like Universes Beyond. I'm definitely an outlier in being pretty excited about a lot of these things. But I feel like people were not as upset about about specifically the Final Fantasy release, because the set had a level of artistry to it. It seemed like there was passion in every card. Obviously, there is a power outlier in Vivi that definitely has caught a lot of people's ire. And I know Corbin's kind of like more moderate on that than most, and I largely agree with him. But I think one of the problems with Spider-Man is that it reeks top to bottom of this corporate influence. And part of the reason why I think people didn't like Aether Drift as much is it sort of has that same feel. It feels like someone who was not the design team had a lot of influence on the set, whereas Tarkir had a ton of artistry in it. Tarkir, I think, is just like, there is love, there is passion, there is the core parts of what make Magic great in that set, just as there were in Final Fantasy. It's funny enough to say.
Yeah,
and I think that Lorwyn has that, and the question is, will Reality Fracture be a set that has as much love for Magic as Tarkir did, or will it feel like an Aether Drift, or do Magic players just want nostalgia? The same way that Universes Beyond people want.
I was going to suggest that Reality Fracture is going to be like an Edge of Eternities, where it is groundbreaking but still Magic.
Yeah.
And I like that if that is what it is, I like that still lets them feel like they are doing new things in the Magic space as Magic.
Jace,
I agree. I think that if you alternate your Magic sets as Tarkir and Edge of Eternities, that I am a happy Magic fan. Things that are very grounded and rooted in Magic's history, and things that are brand new and like explore the space of what the Dominia can be.
So what's interesting...
I saw a Reddit comment that said Reality Fracture would be Future Sight-esque. Or like Planar Chaos-esque, where the rules don't matter, and that means color shifting happens, and you have like theoretically like green discard spells or blue lightning bolts, like that kind of thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Well,
I'm going to run through this list just real quick here. So for anyone who doesn't know, it is January 23rd, Lorwyn. April 2026, Secrets of Strixhaven. We kind of blew past that one. June 2026, Marvel Superheroes. August 2026, The Hobbit. October 2026, Reality Fracture. So that is an extremely busy 4 months. November 2026, make that 5 months. November 2026, Magic the Gathering Star Trek. Extremely backloaded half of the year next year. I think that obviously what's one of the interesting things to me is, first of all, I think Lorwyn's going to be extremely powerful and insane. Like the sets they've done recently that seem to have been bigger hits are either ones that go back to a plane or introduce a plane rather than an event. So like OTJ, which I guess introduced the plane but felt like an event, people didn't like. People didn't like Aether Drift. People did like Bloomborough. I think people are really going to love going back to Lorwyn, just like they loved going back to to Tarkir. I also think it's going to be very pushed power-wise. And I think that it's sort of interesting that Spider-Man looks so bad, and I think it is, right, in a lot of ways, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I mean, I've spent this past hour talking about how everyone loves Spider-Man and how it was great. I'm not saying everyone thought the set was powerful. I heard a lot of people who were selling cards to me who were like, this set's really cool. I love it. I enjoyed playing with it. Here, I'm going to sell you my Spider-Man cards because they don't go into my decks, but I still loved it and enjoyed it.
That's a big part of it.
That's a commercial success and a design failure in some ways.
Yeah.
Yes, that's so. Saffron Olive, I want to give him credit here, has had a really good take on this. Is that it's not Universes of Beyond that made it suck as a set. If you think it sucks as a set, it's just that the set itself kind of went badly as a result of clear things happening. Like it got turned from an Aftermath style set that probably wasn't supposed to have more than a few cards standouts. It was probably just supposed to sell collector packs of comic book sets, of comic book arts, and instead it got turned into this whole thing it's not. And like that's actually the problem with the set, not that it is inherently Spider-Man or Universes Beyond. But man, if you're Wizards putting this out there like this, even though it may actually be a reflection of you doing what the players asked for, because players rejected Aftermath, so you had to change this to not be that. It's not great to put out a Universes Beyond set that's not a good set.
Yeah, it's getting graded at such a high curve.
And I guess to be fair, if you put out a Magic set that's not a good set, people will say it's because you're putting all your energy into Universes Beyond. So maybe there's no winning, but I think you need it. It's not great.
To speak though to what Corbin said about Lorwyn probably being high power, and to what I said about I'm hoping that it has this level of care and artistry to it. I want to talk about one of the Lorwyn spoilers that we got at MagicCon, because I think it is maybe my favorite Magic design in like 5 years. It's pushed in all the right directions. It's balanced in all the right ways. It is the Elemental Incarnation Deceit. For those, we're going to put it up on the screen for the YouTube viewers, but for those listening, audio style, Deceit is a mythic rare from Lorwyn Eclipsed. It costs 4 colorless and then 2 blue-black hybrid mana for a total of 6 mana. It has an evoke cost of 2 blue-black hybrid mana. And it says, when this creature enters, if blue-blue was spent to cast it, return up to one other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. It also has, when this creature enters, if black-black was spent to cast it, target opponent reveals their hand, you choose a non-land card from it, that player discards that card. This card it doesn't cheat with Not Dead After All, because you have to have paid mana to get the ETB triggers.
Yep.
It triggers up the Beanstalk, or in this case, Helga, in Standard. It has this thing where it sort of does the Denrova horror when you pay the full cost, but in decks where you just need like to buy a little bit of time, it has the bounce spell mode. In decks where you need to disrupt your opponent, it has the black spell mode, the Thoughtseize mode.
Karuga fans are eating.
Right. Yeah. This card it slices, it dices, but it doesn't do anything too well. It is so tuned. Like, clearly they put a lot of work into this card.
Yeah.
And the cycle as a whole. The
emptiness feels the same way as well, where the white returns a small thing, black puts counters on something. It's the whole set looks great. I mean it's got beautiful shocklands in it, and although those are in everything these days, it still doesn't hurt. It's got a World Championship card of JED. It's got the Bitter Blossom speaker card.
Mutavault is one of the most resonant Lorwyn cards. That is just not a card you can print into Standard without it being a problem. And so Mutable Explorer making a Mutavault token is such a perfect way to do that homage without having to put a super powerful card into Standard. Mutable Explorer, for those not in the know, is 2 and a green for a 1/1. Changeling, when it ETBs, you create a tapped Mutavault token.
Yep.
That rules.
Well, set's going to be awesome. The whole year's got a lot going on, and we'll be here with you through all of it. But now, it's time for this game I have. It's pretty complicated, so you guys are going to have to follow with me here.
Is this the one you got from Mesopotamia, like ancient Mesopotamia?
No.
The Royal Game of Ur.
I got this one from watching television in 2005, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I don't know. You just got to follow with me here. It's the title of the game is called Would You Rather.
Oh. Okay.
Do you think you can? All right. Well, would you rather, DJ and Cass, have in your possession one Spider-Man collector booster box or one Final Fantasy collector booster box? Not like one's worth $1,000. What do you think is a better, financial investment? Which of those would you rather have?
Are we assuming that the value is
At current market prices, would you rather invest in a box of Final Fantasy or a box of Spider-Man? Like, just what do you think is I'm putting gun to your head, which one do you want?
Like, am I just allowed to sell it immediately? Is that not
No, DJ.
Okay. Like, which one would we rather incur the cost for and then own? No, I
understand his rules
saying.
too. I just think they suck.
If someone walked up to your booth and said, would you rather buy my Final Fantasy box or my Spider-Man box at your current buy price, which would you pick? Me? I'm picking Final Fantasy. I just always want to spend more money. Get my spend up.
Thank you for understanding the game,
I agree.
Cass.
That said,
I can understand it and think it's a terrible game.
That
which
said,
do you think,
equivalent value of Spider-Man boxes to Final Fantasy boxes, so like, I don't know, let's say that...
That is the question, if it changes that, yeah.
I would buy Spider-Man boxes.
Okay, so if the question is instead...
If you get to spend...
If the question is instead $1,300 worth of Final Fantasy, which is one, or 2.5 Spider-Man boxes or whatever, I guess.
Yes, then I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting to me. So what you're saying then, you all, is you expect more percentage gain on Spider-Man versus Final Fantasy. That's what I was getting at. So perfect.
I think the Spider-Man collector boxes, I wouldn't say they're at an all-time low, but I think that they're pretty close to bottoming out. They're just like, there's not more supply entering, right? Like,
yeah.
And that's the thing, is Atlanta is like so going to be so much of the percentage of this set opened because we are getting Final Fantasy stuff for Christmas.
Yes.
Yep.
Right back to the
so
world,
like,
which is great.
How many more Cosmic Soulstones will be opened? I don't know, but it's probably less in the next like few months than were opened in Atlanta or throughout the weekend of Atlanta.
Very possible. Like, yeah. All right, next one. I've got two of these here for you this week.
Freaking like Wilds of Eldraine boxes are like $800 or $900 now. That's just like, and the most expensive card you can get in that is a Confetti Foil Ristic Study or Smothering Tide that are like in the $700-800 range. So like,
people like the boxes, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, would you rather have, at current prices, a stack of 50 Vivi Orniteers or 50 Agatha's Soul Cauldrons?
Vivi. Easy Vivi. I think that card could get banned in Standard tomorrow. It could get banned in Modern tomorrow. And the price mostly doesn't change that much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agatha's Soul Cauldron
it's still a commander card. It's still...
The price has been going down for the past couple weeks on Vivi, as clearly people are reacting to the September 9th announcement about the ban window getting moved up in November. Everyone is anticipating that Vivi and or Cauldron or whatever, the deck has about 32 days left in the format. So as a result, Vivi has been dropping, and it made me think, like Cauldron's not really been dropping that much. Like, what do we think? But yeah, that's good to know. There you go. It's a new game I invented. It's called Would You Rather.
Is that the
Corbin.
only? Are those the only two questions?
Yeah.
I got one for Corbin specifically. Corbin,
Me too.
Would you rather be punched in the face 500 times by the strongest man alive or get one estrogen injection?
I
Answer the fucking question.
know the effects of these things.
Choose now.
I guess the shot seems less painful.
That's what I fucking thought.
Shot certainly seems better than that.
I also had a would you rather cocked and ready for Corbin.
Oh god.
Mine is, would you rather have a nipple-sized dick or dick-sized nipples?
the nipples, because then you could just get it.
You're just trying to like...
You could just get
Helicopter.
JJ, do not release that footage.
You could resolve that one with surgery. You can't create something that isn't there, though.
They make dick lengthening surgery. They suck some fat off of your leg and they make a tube out of the skin. it mostly doesn't work. The technology's really not fully there yet.
Not letting anyone take a scalpel. I'm just not. That's just a rule
Gotcha.
I have in life.
So you're into getting the shot, but you're not into the next step. That's fine. Many of us are there.
Oh, all right. And how about before we get out of here this week, we give you all some picks of the week to go on.
Pick of the week, pick of the week, pick of the week. Time for the pick of the week.
I'll go first because this card was already good in standard. And now, after the Pro Tour, where it made the finals as a key piece of the second place deck, but also some other decks, it's at peak supply at this moment. It's $4. Consult the star charts.
Sure.
Just best impulse we've had in probably a long time, I think, question mark.
It's the best impulse and also the best memory deluge and also like the second best stock up in standard. And that's a lot of bars it's clearing.
Yeah, it's a great way to put it, Cass. That's why it's looking at $4 to $5 right now. It's not exactly like it's not a bulk rare, but it is not going anywhere either, unless they just keep the power creep button going brr. But like this and stock up are going to be the backbone of blue decks until they're gone.
In any format where you're trying to make land drops, this is probably the best version of this effect that is legal.
Yeah, it was extremely good in the Modern Finals Azorius control deck.
That Azorius control deck was cool enough that it got me to buy cards for Modern, and like I only kind of regret it.
Hey, let's go.
Hearing Azorius control be good again does feel good.
Dude, so the Pro Tour was Belcher, Scepter Chant, and Affinity, and also like it's like 2003. This is 2003 standard.
Tezzeret the Seeker won a game 5 on camera at the Pro Tour top 8.
That card is so good. People don't realize that thing was vintage playable for years.
I know. It's when I started playing Magic was in 2007, 2008, right with those sets. And I have friends who taught me to play, and in their homes, they Belchered and Scepter chanted me. So it was a real trip watching that be the Pro Tour finals. It was cool.
It was cool.
Lots of old school stuff going on. Also, Peter Porker was played in a Samwise Gamgee combo deck. So there's room for everybody.
A shout out to Maryland area local hero Mason Buonadonna. I was there in Vegas when he won his PTQ, and
oh hell yeah,
watching the sweat of that match, like just the seeing someone go from PTQ win to Pro Tour top 8. Super cool. Shout out to Mason. And obviously shout out to everyone who did well that tournament, but I don't know them, so.
Well, Mesa did it with Amulet, which is incredibly impressive. I learned several things about Amulet. However, I also know that I asked the judge at the PT about it, and they said straight up deck needs to be banned. And I said, why?
It's the easiest deck to cheat with ever.
They said nobody knows how to play it. And I said, okay. And I walked out onto the Pro Tour floor, and I walked by an Amulet table, and I hear them call a judge over, and I go, oh, I'll listen. And they go, and when I come over, I hear, okay, so if I shuffle these 4 lands back into my deck, we're good, right? Well, that's not really what you want to hear at table 5 of round 13 of the Pro Tour,
Yep.
But it turns out if you have Spelunking and multiple Amulets in play and bounce lands and Primeval Titan, you can only get 1 untap with the Amulets because of the Spelunking. Yep. Fun fact. Also fun fact, you can't suspend a Lotus Bloom under an Orum's Chant. I didn't know that. You can't suspend spells under that. That's fun. Also, the Amulet players now win by playing Ice Till Explorer, the thing that lets them play cards from their graveyard, and then Bosejuing people's lands, and then replaying the Boseiju from their graveyard, and then picking up the Boseiju with a bounce land, and then Bosejuing a land. And I talked to this player, and he's like, oh yeah, it's strip mine every other turn. I won like 3 games that way. And I'm like, what is this shit?
Amulet Titan's like the 3rd most broken thing to do in Modern.
It's insane. Obviously, it's a book. There's literally a book written by, of course, Dom Harvey that was making its way around the Pro Tour. A physical book all about Amulet Titan.
But it's also, Amulet Titan is maybe the easiest deck I've ever seen a Magic to cheat with. Like if someone wanted to add an extra mana to their mana pool or sneak an extra untap in, it is a deck where a Smooth Talker gets a lot of equity.
Yeah,
I
because
can see
there's so
that.
much so complicated.
Yeah.
I wish that I had learned the deck. Like, it's a thing where I either wish I didn't have kids or I wish I learned the deck 10 years ago, because then I would probably love it.
Yeah.
As it is, it's like I appreciate it from afar existing, but it's also terrible to have on camera because every game is a flow chart happening in somebody's brain, not on the table.
Or
So
it's a Titan hitting play and the card's getting picked up.
yeah, like it's either simple and nothing happens, or it's not simple and nothing happens, right? So okay, well, let's get some picks of the weekend before we get out of here, which is what we were doing. So we're back to that. Cass, go ahead.
My pick of the week, I think, is a card I've shouted out on the cast before, but it's not one, it's not two, it's the Three Tree City.
Oh yeah.
Card's buy list is basically the same as TCG Low. We are getting Lorwyn spoilers actively. This card is not going to get cheaper. It's like between $15 and $20.
Mm-hmm.
If you want these to play with, get them now. I actually think that this card has 4 different borderless versions of varying rarity. Me personally, I'm kind of into owning the nicest one, which is the foil winter one. I think it's like $75. Yeah, it's like $75 TCG Low for that. This card is Kindred Nykthos, right?
Yeah. And that's a great call on the winter one. For people who don't know, if you've not Magic Boomers, we take it for granted. The whole thing is that winter copies, like the Mishra's Works Factory. I'm not a boomer. I always get those two just mixed up in my brain. Mishra's Factory had 4 different arts for each season, and the winter one is the most expensive, and at various points it was most expensive by far. So that's what Three Tree City was, is a cool throwback to that. And in the same fashion, the winter one was worth the most.
Yeah, I think the winter one is 3 times as rare as the most common one, but I could be wrong on the exact nature of that.
I believe the rarities are public. When Wizards posted it. All right,
I have a winter factory, come to think of it. I have an old school deck I never use.
I have a pick of the week that is expensive. It's even more expensive than Three Tree City, but I do think it has a lot of wheels and gears to turn, and that is because it's a vending machine. It's a Nuka-Cola vending machine. Fallout Season 2 drops in a couple months, and Nuka-Cola vending machine managed to dodge the most recent design choice of this ability only triggers X per turn. It does not trigger X per turn. It triggers as many times as you can sacrifice food, and it leads to some very, very silly loops that can generate you a lot of mana and combos and artifact triggers and all that nonsense. Card is like $20 for the most affordable version. The most expensive version is around $90 for the borderless surge foil with the cartoon art. I think all of these are fine. Like I said, Fallout Season 2 is dropping later this year. I think Fallout booster boxes are also somehow just going to keep going up. They're like $1,600 to $1,800, somewhere around there. And it's crazy. The set is just not printed very much. This is the only place you can get these cards, really, besides the Commander precons, which are also expensive. And
they're gonna do the showcase scrolls thing that Lord of the Rings did, right? Where even
Fallout?
when the new season comes out, right? Rings of Power Season 2 dropped, and all the showcase scrolls versions of Lord of the Rings cards that were just
sorry.
scarce.
I thought you were saying that there will be Fallout cards coming out.
Oh no. Just that the showcase scroll versions of Lord of the Rings cards, just because they were scarce, even if they weren't good, they all would just randomly spike for like 6 months, and somebody would buy out a new one.
Yes.
So that's what I'm suggesting.
Jumping off of this, does that mean that the most rare Fallout card, besides the serialized, is potentially something that's worth grabbing if you want to own one and don't have it yet? Of course, I'm talking about the Mana Vault. Like, how does the Mana Vault get when Season 2 drops?
Yeah.
It has 7 listings on TCG. There's an HP for 1,500 that is bent. A couple of near mints for like 2K, and then it very quickly goes up to 3K.
Yeah. So yeah,
Just
that's
saying,
the kind
if
of
you
thing
want
with
a
just a
Vault
couple
13.
sales. Yeah. Well, all right.
I think the only way that this pick ends up being bad is if they do the thing we talked about a week or two ago, where they do if they have a universes within Masters in the tank. But again, if that happens, they just announced the 2026 release schedule. That's not on there. So if that happens, it's 2027. So
plenty of time to get out.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get more Nuka-Cola vending machines for the next 15 months at the earliest. And I think this is going to be a Phyrexian Altar situation where it's just a 3-mana artifact that gets into the $50 range because it's the only card that does its thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we talk about the pseudo reserveless nature of stuff, and that it just makes it.
This card's an uncommon, by the way.
More difficult. I mean, so
well,
for
it's
what
actually
it's
more
worth,
rare
though,
than certain rares.
The card could
because
just
it's
be
not common.
reprinted into any set, right? Like, is a different name. That is a thing that they reserve the right to do. Is that true or not true?
I don't know if they can just put it into any set, but I believe...
Like, could they just redo a universes with inversion of Nuka-Cola vending machine and Lorwyn? Concept, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, the problem was, like, the actual set they could have done that in was Edge of Eternities, where you could have turned food into treasure, like, because you have the lobster that does
but
that.
that's a lever we haven't seen them pull.
Right.
Well, and I think the reason for that is because they want all of the equity for the new products to have new cards.
Yeah.
Like, how many reprints have we gotten in new to standard sets? Like, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. They do that. There's a few that happened somewhat recently that I can't put my finger on. Like, we do sometimes get just like a card that is a reprint into standard, and that's just a thing that happens. But I'd be very, very surprised if they did that with a Universes Beyond card that they want to have feel special and unique and continue to prop up the value of these IPs. I think that, like we said last couple weeks, it would be a master set where it's like, if you're a Universes Within enjoyer and you hate all this collab stuff, this is the set for you now. We're going to market to you specifically, and that's 2 years from now.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It was more of a conceptual, like, if it truly becomes an issue, that may be something they start doing in the future. Especially on something like Nuka-Cola vending machine. That is going to be pretty difficult to do otherwise. It's just, I was more like, is that something they are bound to not do, you know? But it sounds like no. So, all right. By the way, I didn't get to this earlier. On that note, I think that the Through the Omen Path stuff on Spider-Man really hurt the online content.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I had a friend send me a arena draft deck. We had just played a pre-release the day before, and she sent me an arena draft deck, and I said, what the hell are any of these cards?
Yeah. I meant to bring that up. I forgot to bring that up when we were talking about the LSV tweet earlier, but it makes me think, like, I think that there's a big part of it. The numbers on Arena were also much lower for this set than they had been for recent sets, and I'm not, like, lower than Edge of Eternities, right? Not just saying Final Fantasy here. So I think that the Through the Omen Paths was not a resounding success for what it's worth.
No, but Wizards was between a rock and a hard place for that, for sure.
I agree 100%. But again, that it all made more sense when they could release them as Aftermath style products, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Spider-Man was not meant to be drafted. So it's, kind of rough. And it's just, we say they're in between a rock and a hard place. Well, someone else might just say, don't do Universes Beyond. It's easy. No rocks, no hard places. Just take another path. But then, of course, you make less money. So
Aftermath, clearly a UB set.
Well, that's the thing, though, right?
Drift, my favorite Universes Beyond.
I mean, that's we talk about that, or if we talk about that, it's because the Omen Paths issue, right? So, the Omen Paths issue isn't a big deal if you are just releasing Spider-Man as an Assassin's Creed style set, because it's not going to impact anything. But yeah. All right, well, everybody,
watchers really eating well with Corbin's Cat in the Hat ass cartoon tail just going back and forth, like.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, actually. I thought that was good. It's what distracted me earlier. But yeah, all right, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you to our sponsor, Ban.
Get a subscription to MTG Band. Join us in the Band Discord. We are in the Brainstorm Brewery Discord that can also be found for $1. And then the Band Discord is also good.
All right, Brainstorm Brewery Patreon is patreon.com/BSB. And that is your starting place if you want to support this podcast. So thank you, everybody, for listening.
And hit the like button and subscribe, and hit the smash bell icon, and all
As
of
Jason
that
would
stuff. Those are the
say-
free options.
What would Jason say about it, DJ?
I
remember?
think he would say finger blast it.
He would say finger blast that bell icon. Yes.
Could you
right.
finger blast that bell icon for me real quick, please?
All right, everybody, thank you for listening to Brainstorm Brewery. We'll see you next week.